You're listening to the Cool Audio Podcast, your escape into the world of stories, sounds, and imagination. Whether you're driving, chilling at home, or just need a moment to unplug, we've got a story just for you. So sit back, relax, and let the journey begin. Chloe lifted the lollipop and licked it. Immediately, she passed out on the ground beside the flower bed. The little girl beckoned at someone behind her. Instantly, a man and a woman walked up and swiftly carried Chloe into a van. It took them less than 2 minutes to finish the whole process. When Jack came back with cotton candy, Chloe had disappeared. "Chloe?" Jack called out, but got no answer. Alarmed, he dropped the cotton candy and asked the people around the place. "A pregnant woman dressed in white was sitting here a moment ago. Do you know where she is now? Did any of you see what happened to her? I'll pay lots of money for clues. Did you see the pregnant woman?" Frantically, Jack searched all over the place and asked anyone he saw, but they all shook their heads. After all, they had been watching the show and didn't notice the things happening near the flower bed behind them. At this moment, a dirty homeless boy that was about 14 years old said, "Uncle, I saw her. Tell me where she is." Excited, Jack grabbed the boy's shoulders despite the dirt on his clothes. "Can you buy me a hamburger first?" Pointing at the KFC at the edge of the square, the boy looked hungry. Without a word, Jack took out 1,000 yuan from his pocket and handed it to the boy. "Take it all. Tell me where my wife is." "I saw a little girl give her a lollipop and she ate it and passed out. Then a man and a woman came and carried her into a van." "Okay, thank you." Agitated, Jack called Noah, telling him to order the branch bureau in the city to find the van with the footage from their surveillance cameras. For Jack, losing his pregnant wife was scarier than losing his life. "Jack, calm down. Chloe is smart. She'll be fine." Noah tried to comfort him. "I can't calm down. When I get my hands on the BS who took Chloe, I'll kill them." Jack cursed, totally losing his composure. "Do you want me to drive over and see you?" Noah said. "It's not necessary. I only need to know the whereabouts of the van. I can handle them." Meanwhile, the van had driven out of the city and was meandering on a bumpy, mountainous road. They had thrown away Chloe's cell phone, so it was impossible to call her phone. Jack had put a tracker in her phone, but when he found it, it was in the hands of a passerby. Without the phone, it was difficult to find her. "Have you found it?" In the surveillance room, Jack urged the police officers. "Mr. Dawson, please calm down. Wait 1 second." Then they found the clip and zoomed in, showing a man and a woman carrying Chloe into the van. "Mr. Dawson, is she your wife?" "Yes. Tell me the plate number." The officer zoomed in on the plate number, S1446. "This number looks familiar. It doesn't belong to a van," one of the officers murmured. "Pull out the owner's information." Sure enough, when they pulled out the owner's information, they found the plate indeed didn't belong to the van. It meant that the van had stolen the plate. "They stole the plate. What do we do now?" "Follow the van and track it down," Jack directed immediately. "But if the van drives out of the city, the surveillance cameras are few and far in between. It will be difficult to track it down. No matter what, just find it." Jack clenched his fists and felt it was impossible to relax. When he went to the washroom, the young police officers began to gossip. "You say, who's this guy?" "I heard he's super rich. According to a reliable source, he's the best friend of Chief Ace in the city." "Well, no matter how rich he is, he still lost his wife. What use is money?" "Forget it. Hurry up and help him find the van. After all, she went missing in our city." Chloe opened her eyes carefully as the van continued on the road. She was placed on the back seat of the van. In the front seat sat a man, a woman, and a child. The child was the girl who gave her the lollipop. In fact, Chloe hadn't touched the lollipop since she had been on guard all the time. Seeing the girl kept urging her to eat the candy, she knew there was something wrong with the candy. It reminded her of a news report she had read long ago. It mentioned that some human traffickers used children as bait, since people always lowered their guard with children. Having been a doctor for years, the faint smell of aesthetics on the lollipop was obvious to her. Then why did she pretend unconscious and allow them to carry her away? She had 2 reasons. Firstly, she knew the child wasn't alone. There must be adults, or even a gang behind the child watching her. If Chloe refused to eat the candy, they might deal with her in more sinister ways. If they pushed her, her baby might get hurt. So she dared not to confront them. Secondly, she knew the gang targeted her to sell her and the baby. If she went with them, she might find more victims and help them get out. Then she would give the clues to the police to wipe out the gang. She knew if she remained passive, they wouldn't hurt her. The three people sitting in the front seats didn't realize that their victim had woken up. The little girl sat between the man and the woman and was munching on potato chips with gusto. "Honey, now we'll make some big money this time. We haven't got a pregnant woman for a long time." "Yeah, we usually fetch $50,000 for one woman. With the baby in her, we'll get more money this time." "I wonder if the baby is a boy or a girl. If it's a boy, we'll ask for $150,000. I'm sure we can find a buyer." "Maybe you can take her to a clinic and check the gender of the baby. You're familiar with doctor in our county hospital, right?" "Forget it. There are many people in the hospital, and I'm afraid we'll draw attention to us. The bumpkins are ignorant. We'll just tell them the baby is a boy and ask for $150,000 for both the mother and baby. What do you think?" "Good idea." "After this deal, we must stay low for a while," the woman said. "Why? There are many more months until the spring festival. Don't you want to make more money?" The man objected. "I have a feeling that the pregnant woman comes from a rich family. I'm afraid her family will track us down after the deal is finished." "How do you know she's from a rich family?" The man glanced at the back seat while he drove. Chloe closed her eyes immediately and pretended to be unconscious. "Look at this." The woman lifted Chloe's handbag. "What's this?" The man didn't understand. "I don't know the brand of the handbag, but I saw an A-list star had a bag exactly like this one on TV. The news said the handbag costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. Did you know that?" "Stupid woman. Don't you know they have replicas of these handbags? Didn't you see those fake bags on the night market? The LV replicas were everywhere, and no one can tell which are real and which are replicas. The cheap replicas are only $30. Everyone can afford it." "No, look at the things in her bag, old man." The woman opened Chloe's handbag. In fact, the woman was right. The bag was Dior's new classic style and cost $158,000. Chloe wouldn't pay so much money for a bag. Fiona had bought it for her. The girl was bored at home and always went shopping. Chloe had calculated roughly the money that Fiona had spent on them, including the money she gave to Pudding and Little Bean, and the total came out to be about $40 million. Of course, this astronomical figure was nothing to Fiona. She could win more than this figure during one night in Las Vegas. The woman opened Chloe's bag and found there were only a few items inside. Afraid to be tracked, they had thrown out her cell phone. In the bag, there was a Chanel perfume sample, a packet of facial handkerchiefs, a Chanel lipstick, and a wine-colored Prada women's wallet. "Whoa, open the wallet and see how much money is in there." The man was excited. Chloe usually didn't bring lots of cash on her except for a few $1,000s for emergencies. The woman counted the cash and exclaimed, "Old man, there's over $36,000. "Whoa, that's a lot. Ha ha, it's a bonus." "Old man, do you think an ordinary woman carries so much money on her?" "Come on, don't get nervous. She's pregnant. Maybe she carries the money on her for fear the baby would come out earlier than expected." "I think she's only about 6 months along and the baby won't come out so soon. She might have married into a rich family," the woman insisted. "So what if she's from a rich family? She still fell into our hands." "I'm afraid her family is powerful and will track down to us." "Don't worry. Have you forgotten what happened to the daughter of the chief of the labor bureau caught by Dongzi and his gang? The woman begged them to let her go, but still her family had to pay $300,000 for ransom, and they didn't even call the police. I heard Dongzi even raped the woman. It shows the people in high positions and with money are just wastrels. Besides, their money is not clean, so they don't dare to make a fuss about it." "I'm still worried. You women are all cowards and ignorant. Forget it. Stop nagging. We'll take a break in Kaoshan town and grab some good-looking women. This time, we'll go to Erdagu. There are lots of single men who have some money in their pockets after a good harvest." Hearing their words, Chloe understood these human traffickers had done lots of evil things. She was so furious with them that she had the urge to stand up and beat the couple to death. But she knew it was not time to fight back. She would have the chance to see their home base. Except for Noah, no one knew about Chloe's disappearance. After supper, Justin felt bored and sent a message to Chloe asking her plans for Melody. Waiting for a long while, he didn't receive a reply. Thinking she was busy, he waited a while longer, but there was still no reply. Concerned, he dialed her number but couldn't get through. Justin called Pudding. Pudding was playing with Little Bean in the living room in South Hill Manor. "Hello, handsome Cooper?" "Pudding, is your mom on night duty? Is she at Southside?" "No, my mom is on a business trip." "Business trip? When did she go?" "Yesterday. Oh no, the day before yesterday." "Where did she go?" "A city." "When is she coming back?" "I don't know. She was supposed to return yesterday, but for some reason she didn't come back." "Did she go alone?" Justin was worried. "Of course not. My dad went with her." "Oh, that's good." "Handsome Cooper, you need to talk to my mom for something urgent?" "It's not urgent." "Well, if you can't get through, maybe the battery on her cell phone is out of juice. You can call my dad." "Okay, go back to your playing." Hanging up, Justin still felt uneasy, knowing Chloe was a careful person and wouldn't allow her cell phone to run out of power. He still called Jack even though he knew it wasn't a good idea. Jack answered in a tired voice. "Jack, I'm Justin." "I know. I couldn't get through to Chloe on the phone." Silence. "I heard you're on a business trip. Are you with her? I want to ask her about the future plans for her cousin Melody." Still silence. "Hello, are you listening?" Justin thought he had lost signals. "I'm listening." Then, "Justin, Chloe is not with me. She got kidnapped by human traffickers." "What?" Justin thought he had heard it wrong. "Kidnapped? What the heck?" Justin stood up in agitation. "We were walking around the square in the evening. When I went to buy her cotton candy, human traffickers made her unconscious and took her away. They stole the plate, so tracking them down is a bit tricky. After some investigation, we found the plate is used by a gang of human traffickers who have kidnapped lots of women lately." That's a huge thing. Why didn't you tell me?" Justin felt his heart almost pop out of his chest. "Do you think telling you would help me find her? You're not here anyway." "I'll drive over there to help you." "It's not necessary. I'll find her." Jack hung up the phone. Justin couldn't remain sitting anymore. Standing up suddenly, he said, "And let's drive to S City." "Huh? In the middle of the night? Why?" Anne was playing on his cell phone in the living room. He looked puzzled when he heard Justin wanted to go to the neighboring city. "Chloe is in trouble. I must go there and search for her." "Dr. Green is in trouble again." Anne was stunned. Justin explained the whole thing to Anne briefly and turned to the door. "President Cooper, please wait a second." "What?" "I feel President Dawson doesn't want us to go. Don't you think we are crossing the line if we go there? After all, Dr. Green has her husband and family to help her. President Cooper, you're her friend. Don't you think it would look weird if you go?" And thought Justin shouldn't race to the neighboring city so eagerly. After all, it wasn't his wife who went missing. "And you really think so?" "President Cooper, I've worked for you for years. Do you think I'd do things to hurt you?" "It's not about hurting me." Justin felt torn. "You truly need to let it go. I know you still like Dr. Green, but you must make yourself look more composed. When she's in trouble, you look even more anxious than her husband. Isn't it embarrassing? I don't want that for you. Even you think this of me. President Cooper, Dr. Green will be fine. She has turned out fine every time she was in trouble. Now that she's pregnant, she will try harder to protect herself." "You're right. Besides, Jack is more capable than me. I'm sure he can get her back safe." "Yeah, everyone in the world knows Jack cherishes his wife." "Okay, I won't go." Finally, Justin listened to Anne and gave up his plan. Indeed, him going wouldn't change anything. His love for Chloe had become a habit. Despite his determination to move on, he'd be anxious whenever she was in trouble. "President Cooper, you'd better turn in now. Tomorrow, we have a release conference for the new movie. Ever since Miss Kira left, we hadn't had a female performer good enough to star in a movie, Anne complained. Who played the starring role? Justin asked. A performer from another company. She's quite popular and has starred in quite a few trending series. Her name is Aylin. Oh, I remember her. Lots of reporters will be there tomorrow. Our company invested in the movie and paid Miss Aylin big money to star in the movie. President Cooper, you must do some publicity for it since you've got lots of female fans on Weibo, Anne chuckled. Get out of here, Justin cursed. Then he remembered something and dug out Melody's contact on his cell phone. Come out. The tough tone showed Justin's personality. Melody's personality was unique too. She replied to the big boss with only a question mark. Tomorrow morning, I'll send my chauffeur to pick you up. For what? Melody got wary. What can I do to sell you? I'm not worth much. Then I'll eat you, Justin replied in a huff. I have a strong body odor and it will choke you to death. I don't want to murder my boss. I don't think I can continue the conversation with you. You don't sound like a pretty girl. Justin was exasperated. I'm not a pretty girl. I'm nobody, and don't have the burden of a celebrity, so I can say whatever I want. Fine, you win. Justin found it hard to talk to her. President Cooper, do you have something to tell me? Melody asked. Of course. Why else would be here? President Cooper, hurry up and tell me. My instant noodles are ready. They won't taste good when they get too soft. Tomorrow I'll attend a new movie release conference. You go with me and show your face to the media. No, Melody refused without hesitation. Why not? I'm neither the main character nor a supporting character in the movie. Why should I attend it? Lots of reporters will be there and the event is broadcasted live. It's a good opportunity to get people to know about you. The opportunity is too good to give to a trainee. Thank you, President Cooper. My noodles are waiting for me. Bye. Refusing Justin, Melody opened the lid of her noodles and began to eat with gusto. Justin was stupefied. And do you remember the girl named Melody? Yeah. Isn't she Dr. Green's distant cousin? Yeah. Do you think she's a bit not that bright? Justin supported his chin with a fist and asked in puzzlement. I don't think so. Miss Sage looks smart. Smart? My ass. She's a bonehead, Justin railed. What happened? I offered to bring her to meet the media, but she refused me. Really? And suddenly felt Miss Sage was intriguing. If she wasn't recommended to me by Chloe, do you think I'd offer this opportunity to her? Forget it. When Chloe asks about it, I'll tell her the girl refused to take the opportunity. I held my end of the bargain anyway. This girl has a personality. Haha. I wonder why she refused to go. If she doesn't want to succeed, why did she come to Imperial Star to become a trainee? Justin was puzzled. Maybe she has her own plans for her career, Anne guessed. Is she playing coy and trying to draw my attention? Justin picked up his cell phone and smoothed his hair, looking at his own face on the screen narcissistically. President Cooper, I think... You shouldn't think so. Think what? Think that all the women in the world like you, President Dawson doesn't think like that way. F off. I'm the coolest guy and all women like me. Anne was exasperated by President Justin's willfulness. Justin didn't go to the neighboring city but was still worried. Finally, he sent Jack a message. If Chloe is back, please tell me. Jack replied with one word instantly, okay. In S City. Jack placed his hand on the back of the cop's chair as they watched the big screen in the surveillance enter. That's weird. President Dawson, we've watched it several times now. It seems the van disappeared into thin air. Does the tunnel have another opening? Jack had been tracking down the van with the stolen plate, but after the van entered a tunnel, it didn't show up in the video from the camera at the exit. No, tunnels have solid walls on both sides to reduce the risk of collapsing and can't have other exits. Jack ruled out the young cop's conjecture. Then, are they hiding in the tunnel so we can't track them? No. The inside of the tunnel isn't safe. They are not stupid and wouldn't stay inside to be hit by other cars. The human traffickers are very smart. They must have found a way to dodge the police's tracking. What do we do then? The cops felt clueless. Jack stood up and paced in the surveillance enter as his mind worked swiftly, analyzing the route the human traffickers took. Suddenly, an idea dawned on him. I got it. Jack walked back and directed the young cop. Pull out the clip at the exit. Okay, President Dawson. Following his instruction, the young cop pulled out all the vehicles driving out of the exit. Jack found only 7 vehicles matched the time of the van. He ruled out 4 sedans since they couldn't accommodate a van. He ruled out the bus, too, since it contained rows of seats and had no room for a van. As for the half-track truck, it couldn't contain a van either. The last vehicle was a long-haul truck with a long trunk designed to transport cars from the north to the south. This is it. The van must be hiding in the truck. Jack pointed at it. The van finally stopped in the place called Kaoshan Town. Chloe pretended to be unconscious. The couple carried her out of the van and locked her in a secret chamber. Old man, shouldn't we lock the woman with the others? No, this woman is more valuable. We put her in one room by herself. When she wakes up, feed her water and food. Tie her up and don't let her escape. Got it. Fine, I'll go and have a drink with the others. When I come back, we'll find buyers and talk about prices. After we get money, I'll take you and our daughter to go shopping. Good. The woman looked satisfied. The man left, leaving his wife and daughter at home. After tying up Chloe's hands and feet, the woman took out a vial containing an antidote and put it under Chloe's nose. Cooperatively, Chloe pretended to wake up. Who are you? Why did you take me here? Chloe pretended to be scared. You don't need to know who we are. Come and eat. I don't want to eat. Chloe turned her head away. You don't want to eat, but the baby needs to eat. The woman held a dirty pan containing rice mixed with stir-fried shredded potato. It looked unappetizing. Who sent you to kidnap me? Chloe asked the woman. Girl, we're human traffickers. Who do you think sent us to catch you? Aren't you afraid I'll escape and call the police? You can't escape. We'll sell you into the depth of the mountains. There are no roads leading to the outside world. How can you escape? Your family will give up searching after a few months. So, accept your fate. This is against the law. Do you understand? You are still young. Why do you do such an evil trade? You'll be punished by heaven. She wanted to rail against these damned human traffickers. They had ruined many happy families. Punished by heaven? We don't think so far. When we can't feed ourselves, who'd care about some punishment from heaven? If we had money, we'd not take the risk and do this trade. After all, if we're caught, we'll be locked up in jail for years. The woman shrugged even though she knew something about the laws. The country's laws are too lenient on human traffickers like you. If the penalty is death, I'll see if you dare to do this, Chloe said viciously. If you don't eat, you can go starve. I don't want to talk to you. Angered by Chloe's words, she gave up feeding Chloe. Instead, she ate it herself. My family is very rich. If you sell me, you can get at most $100,000, but if you return me to my family, they'll give you $1 million or more. Don't lie to us. When your family calls the cops, we'll be dead. We're not stupid. Obviously, the woman didn't believe Chloe. Chloe didn't think she could persuade the woman to let her go, but she believed Jack would soon rescue her. Before that, her job was protecting herself. Soon, the man came back after eating. He told his wife in high spirits, "Ha ha, we'll be rich." Old man, why are you so happy? The woman asked. Their voices were loud and Chloe could hear them clearly in her room. We don't need to find a buyer since a buyer finds us. Ha ha. Erdan told me someone wants to pay big money for a pregnant woman. No one but us has one in stock. Isn't this a God-sent gift for us? The man said to the woman in a thrill. What a coincidence. Old man, we must be careful. Are you sure it's not a trap set by cops? Of course not. Do you think I'm stupid? Erdan's customers mostly come from Fourth Master, who is respected by both legal and illegal businessmen here. How could he be colluding with cops? That's good. How much money does the buyer offer? Did you make a deal? I meant to ask for $300,000 and would accept a little bit lower amount if he negotiated with me. But do you know how much he offered? How much? The man extended 2 fingers. 200,000? That's not bad since it saves us the effort of finding a buyer. Let's do it, the woman said. Are you stupid? It's not 200,000 but 2 million. What? 2 million? The woman was stupefied. Chloe was astonished too when she heard it in the room. Who would pay $2 million for a pregnant woman? In the human trafficking business, a healthy infant boy costs no more than $90,000. Only a young woman with good looks and a university background can fetch about $100,000. Anyone who would pay $2 million wasn't an ordinary person. Warily, Chloe listened to their conversation carefully. Yeah, what can I say when he offered $2 million before I opened my mouth? The man's voice was resonant as he got even more excited as he talked. Who's the buyer? How come he's offering so much? The woman was uneasy. I didn't ask. I don't care who he is so long as we get the money. But, the woman was still afraid. Don't but me. It'll be fine. Fourth Master said someone will come here in 1 hour to fetch the woman and pay the money. How convenient. 1 hour? So soon? Yeah, maybe they have urgent use for her. Why are they paying so much for a pregnant woman? The woman was still suspicious. I don't care. Whether they'll kill her, boil her, eat her, or toss her out, it's not our business. Woman, don't be paranoid. We'll be rich soon. Haha. When we get $2 million, we'll leave this place for a bigger city to buy a condo and a car. We'll do some legal business and stop this trade for a while. The cops are hot on our heels anyway. Old man, I have a feeling that there's something fishy about this deal. It's too good to be true. Woman, you're ignorant. Watch that pregnant lady for me and leave everything else to me. The man made a call on his cell phone and went out again. Chloe yelled from inside, Sis, your family is in big trouble. Hearing her words, the woman pushed open the door and hurried inside. Stop the nonsense. It's not nonsense. I heard your conversation. The people who'll come here and get me in 1 hour are vicious outlaws. When they come, you won't get a penny, and everyone in your family will die. Shut up! You're a doomsayer. If you continue, I'll slap you. Hearing Chloe's scary words, the woman became furious and lifted her hand to hit Chloe. Truth be told, I'm not from an ordinary family and have lots of enemies. You can never imagine their identities. If you want to live, you must take me and escape now. When those people come, you will die. Do you think you'll get $2 million? Heh. I'm afraid you'll be butchered instead. Chloe didn't know who offered $2 million to buy her, but the so-called Fourth Master was obviously the leader of a local gang. Jack never worked with gangs, so the offer couldn't have been made by Mr. Dawson. It meant the person who offered big money to buy her wasn't a good guy. Fiona had warned her to be careful since she was the target of many people. Chloe knew the people offering to buy her might be amongst Legend, Nalo, Andrew, and the mysterious people who rescued him. They all had some connections with her father, Professor Wagner. She knew instinctively that if she was caught by those people, she'd never get out. So Chloe tried to think of a way to escape. From the previous conversation she had overheard, she knew the woman was suspicious of the sudden bout of good luck, but the man was obviously blinded by the prospect of gaining $2 million. Are you telling the truth? I have no reason to lie to you. You've seen my bag and know it costs a fortune. Do you think an ordinary woman can afford such an expensive handbag? It might be a replica. You're a woman. Even if you don't know brands, you should know the material. Do you think a replica has such good material? Sis, I see you're smarter than your husband. The fate of your whole family depends on your decision now. I'm involved in a war among magnates since my husband offended many people doing business. They want to catch me, but I can tell you, they won't pay $2 million to buy me. From what I know about them, they will only kill you all. You are bluffing. I don't believe you. Fine. If you don't believe me, just wait here to be killed. I'll be fine anyway since they only want to catch me to blackmail my husband. I just wanted to warn you since you and your husband are still young and your child is still little. Chloe gave her a meaningful sneer, which made the woman's heart tremble. The woman had been suspicious of the deal. Having been in the human trafficking business for years, she had never heard a buyer would offer $2 million to buy a person. Hearing Chloe's words, she was even more uneasy. She paced in the room with a pale face. Sis, maybe we can work together. How? Let's get out of here first. Your husband will catch up when he knows we're gone, so you'll be out of danger. Don't try to earn the $2 million since you won't get it. If you stall and those people come, you're dead. They have guns and kill people without batting an eye. Understand? But if my husband knows that I let you go, he'll beat me to death. Obviously, the woman feared her husband. But you have to consider your daughter. Do you want her to die with you guys? Chloe continued to attack the woman's weakness. Hearing Chloe's words, the woman looked swayed. The woman's face turned pale, and then she ran out of the room. Hey, where are you going? Chloe was surprised. I'll go and get my husband and talk to him about it. Then the woman ran out. Chloe thought the woman was stupid, since her husband would never agree to let Chloe go or believe her words. If she got her husband back, none of them could escape. It was only a waste of time. At this thought, Chloe immediately began to untie the unprofessionally secured knots, intending to escape by herself. Stop! You can't go! The child who had tried to knock Chloe unconscious with the lollipop blocked the door. She looked cute, but Chloe had no affection for her. Do you know your dad and mom are doing bad things? Chloe looked at the girl sternly. If you try to run, I'll yell. Return to your room now. If my dad catches you, he'll beat you to death. The child even threatened Chloe. I won't give you the chance to yell because... The little girl felt a sting on the back of her neck and dropped onto the ground, unconscious. She was stung by a silver needle that Chloe had brought on her. Chloe had hidden many anesthetic-coated silver needles on her to protect herself when she was in danger. They came in handy now, or else she wouldn't have dared to confront the girl. As she walked out, she saw many small rooms in the courtyard. Remembering what she had heard from the man and the woman, she knew they had imprisoned many women and children in here. Chloe had intended to wait for Jack's rescue to get everyone out of here, but the mysterious buyer offering $2 million alarmed her. She couldn't wait here any longer. She planned to escape first and find her husband. Then they'd call the police to get these people out. Chloe found some of the woman's clothes and a cap and put them on, disguising herself as an ordinary village woman. Then she slipped out from the backyard. Meanwhile, the woman found the man who was drinking in a nearby restaurant. Old man, I must talk to you. It's urgent. We men are drinking. Woman, get out of here. The man was in a good mood and a little tipsy. Yeah, sister-in-law. Just let him drink. Old man, it's really urgent. We must take that pregnant woman out of here, or we will be in danger. Nonsense. The pregnant woman is sly, so don't be fooled by her. Go back now and guard her well. In a little while we'll be rich. The man believed that he'd soon get a fortune. You can think of nothing but money. You might not live to spend it. The woman wept and cursed at him. What did you say? I'll kill you! Furious, the man stood up and slapped the woman across the face. What's wrong with you today? I told you we'll be rich soon. Stop nagging. The man beat the woman as he talked. The guys around them seemed to be used to such scenes and didn't come to stop him. Hit me! Kill me if you can. If you can't, I'll go home and let the pregnant woman go. The woman stood up and ran toward home. The man chased after her until they reached their house. The moment they pushed open the door, they were stupefied at the sight before them. Their daughter lay on the ground in the courtyard unconscious, and the pregnant woman which could sell for $2 million was missing. Damned woman, did you let her go? The man grabbed the woman's collar and asked fiercely, as if he would swallow her alive. It wasn't me. I know nothing about it. You're still denying it? Who else would do it? Damned woman, I knew you'd ruin my deal. I'll kill you today. Then the man began to beat the woman. At this moment, the guys following them here stopped him. Wrong. Stop it now. We must find her first. If the buyer comes and we can't deliver the stock, we'll be finished. We'll ruin our reputation and Fourth Master won't forgive us. Right. We must find her first. Erdan, send for more people to search for her. The woman is pregnant and can't go far. Okay. The men began to search for Chloe. Finding out that they hid the van in the long-haul truck, Jack tracked them down with the help of surveillance cameras and found the van had stopped near Kaoshan town. Without a word, he raced toward Kaoshan town by himself, despite the police officer's advice to not to. To reach the town sooner, he even bought a white Audi R8 at the local dealer and raced toward the town. In fact, Chloe didn't go far since she was carrying a baby in her. She had intended to go to the local police station and ask the police officers to take her out of here. But then she decided against the idea, afraid those people who offered big money to buy her would kill the officers too. Besides, the cops in this remote place might be working with the local gangs. She had heard the name Fourth Master many times from the man and the woman. If the cops were colluding with Fourth Master, she'd be delivering herself into their hands. After careful consideration, Chloe didn't take the risk to leave Kaoshan town. Instead, she found a farmer's house in the town and sought shelter. To avoid unnecessary questions, she selected a house with only an old lady inside. She told the old lady that she came to the town to see her relatives, but didn't find them. It was dark, so she wanted to find a place to stay for the night. Obviously, the old lady lived alone in the dilapidated house, and no one would pay attention to such a place. "Grandma, I don't have money on me. When my family comes to pick me up, I'll have them pay you, okay?" "You don't have to pay. It's not easy for a pregnant woman to move around. Stay here tonight and you can leave on a bus tomorrow morning." The old lady was kind and didn't want to take money from Chloe. Chloe had no cash on her since the human traffickers took all her money. "Thank you, Grandma." "Are you hungry? I can cook something for you." "Let me do it, Grandma." Chloe rolled up her sleeves to enter the kitchen. "Don't bother. Look at your tender hands. I know you're a city girl and are not used to country life. We use big pots here and need to set a fire first. Wait here while I make some noodles for you." Refusing Chloe's help, the old lady went to cook a bowl of noodles for her. The old lady was very poor, living in an ancient mud house with crude furniture. Standing in the house, Chloe looked out of the window alertly, afraid those guys would come here. "Grandma, where can I find a phone here?" Chloe asked. "Phone? Do you mean the ones that look like big bricks?" Obviously, the old lady wasn't familiar with cell phones. "Yeah, the kind that you can carry around. Cell phone," Chloe said with hand gestures. She wanted to call Jack and tell him she was out of danger for the time being. "Those things are rather expensive. My neighbor has one. Her husband did part-time jobs to buy it for her." "Oh." Chloe nodded as if she had something on her mind. She was thinking of how she could borrow a phone without any suspicion. "Young girl, where are you from?" "Sea City." "Oh my, a big city, eh?" "It's all right," Chloe smiled. Then she picked up the plate of vegetables and smelled the delicious scent. There wasn't meat or much oil. It smelled a lot more delicious than those from restaurants. It might also be because she was hungry from all the exercise. Just like that, she chatted and ate with the old grandma. "Why did you come to this unfamiliar place? Who's that relative you're looking for? Why don't you take a car and leave first thing in the morning tomorrow?" "Why, Grandma? Is there a problem?" She sighed as she sat on the door still and said, "Karma, I don't even know how to tell you." "I won't tell anyone," Chloe reassured. "It was very peaceful here before. However, for some reason, people suddenly started trafficking people here. Do you know that human trafficking is illegal? Only those who sold their souls to devils would do that. For money, they're willing to sell children and women. In the past few years, the village has gotten richer, but they still don't do legal business. Sooner or later, they will be struck by karma. You're not from here and you're pregnant. Be careful that someone will target you." "Grandma, does the police do nothing about their wrongdoings?" Chloe pried. "Police? They don't do shit. All they care about is getting their money. Then they'd pretend as if nothing happened. It is good that they don't target locals. They only take people from the outside. This place is doomed. After my husband died, my daughter and her family of 3 moved away. Then my daughter left to work in another city. If it weren't for how much I love this place, I would have left a long time ago too. This place should have more order. Those human traffickers are so evil, Chloe said. She had finished the bowl of noodles made by the old grandma and felt immensely serious. She saw that the old grandma's legs weren't strong, so she volunteered to feel her pulse. Oh, you even know medicine? Yeah, I'm a doctor. Oh, you're so young, but you're already a doctor. The old grandma had much respect for doctors. I'm not that young, Grandma. I'm almost 30. Chloe felt her pulse and stood up. Grandma, your body is slightly weak. Do you cough often? Yeah, my lungs aren't good. Before winter, I'll always cough a lot. It's an old illness of mine, the old grandma said and nodded. Okay, it's not anything serious. Be careful not to catch a cold. When I go home, I'll have someone send you some herbal medicine. You need to drink that." "No, I can't. Those medicines are too expensive." The grandma waved her hand, signaling no. "It's all right. I won't charge you. It's free." Just then, the old grandma wanted to say something, but was disrupted by some noise outside. Chloe saw a group of people approach from afar. "Search each and every house closely. We cannot let our god of fortune get away." From the sound of it, it was the human traffickers. Chloe's face immediately changed. "Grandma, I need to hide. They are the bad guys." "Hurry, hide inside my water tank." "Huh? I can't swim, though." "Don't worry, there's no water inside." It was very dark outside. The old grandma led Chloe to the shed at the back. Inside the shed was an old and broken water tank that she stored old cabbages in. When the old grandma opened the tank, the smell of rotten leaves wafted out. Chloe built up her courage and jumped in the tank. Then, the old grandma covered the water tank and wrapped a piece of red cloth around it. Soon after they finished, the group barged in. "What's happening?" the old grandma exclaimed when she saw them. "Old witch, have you seen a pregnant woman?" the head of the human traffickers said with a mean look on his face. "A pregnant woman? I haven't seen any," the old grandma said in an unfriendly manner. "Why waste time talking to her?" "Hurry up and search around," the human trafficker said as he barged in. The old grandma's house was run down and small. After going around 2 rounds and not finding anything, they were about to leave. However, someone suddenly found the old shed in the backyard amongst the darkness. "What is that?" "A storage shed," the old grandma said. "Go search it," the boss said, obviously because he was too scared to go in. With his position and power, he made his subordinates go instead. The young man was rather brave and walked over into the darkness, with the old grandma behind him. The shed was small and only had old and worn-out farming tools and an old water tank. "What is this?" the subordinates asked curiously as he was about to reach to open the water tank. Chloe covered her mouth and tried to hold her breath. She was so nervous that her heart felt like it stopped beating. Just when he was about to open it, the old grandma hit him with a feather duster. "You old witch, what are you doing?" "You can't touch this. Don't you see the red cloth? Inside are sacrifices for the weasel god. There are dead chicken and ducks in there. I won't stop you if you really want to open it, but don't blame me for not warning you if you infuriate the weasel god and he punishes you." The subordinate was rather scared when he heard the old grandma say this. In the north, there were 2 gods. One was the great fox god, and the other was the great yellow weasel god. The older generation believed this firmly, especially since they were in rural area. When this man heard the story, he was rather scared. If the weasel god really were to punish him, he would be doomed. That was why he did not have the guts to open the tank and hurried out of the shed. "How was it? Did you find anything?" the boss asked. "No, there's nothing. Let's go to the next house." After the gang left, Chloe was finally able to jump out of the water tank. "Are you all right?" "I'm all right." "Oh my, they want to capture you." "Grandma, let me tell you the truth. I was originally captured by them, and they wanted to sell me, but I escaped." Chloe didn't want to lie to the old grandma anymore because she was a good person and had also helped her. Such devils. They wouldn't even spare a pregnant woman and her child. You really should leave tomorrow morning. "Grandma, tomorrow is too late. I must go now." Chloe was scared that the person that was willing to pay the large sum would come soon. Then it would be too late. "It's dark. Where are you going to go? It's not safe. Their people are everywhere outside. If you leave now, they'll catch you." The old grandma was old, but her mind was clear. "Grandma, didn't you say your neighbor had a cell phone? I want to borrow her cell phone to call my family so they can pick me up." "Sure, I'll take you to Gihua's house." Chloe and the old grandma waited until the human traffickers finished searching the whole village and gave up without any findings. Gihua's house was very close to the old grandma's. It was probably just 50 meters apart. After a short walk, they arrived at a worn-down house. There were signs of people living there, and there was a white SUV parked outside. "It seems like they have guests over," Chloe mumbled. She was worried that the probability of her location being exposed would increase because of the larger amount of people. Just when Chloe wanted to leave with the old grandma, Someone opened the door of Gihua's house. A young woman walked out with a roasted potato in her hand. She was savoring the taste. "Elsie?" Chloe said in shock. The woman that walked out was Elsie. Elsie obviously saw Chloe too after Chloe called her name. Elsie was so shocked that she tossed the potato away. "Chloe Green?" Elsie asked with surprise. "Elsie, it's really you!" Chloe was rather excited to see a familiar face here, so she rushed over. "Yeah, why are you here?" Elsie looked around and realized Chloe was all alone. "It's a long story. I'll tell you later." Chloe didn't tell her how she came, as she didn't know if she was actually safe. "Me and a few friends were hiking at a nearby mountain earlier. Then we went to a farm where you could pick fruits. It was getting late, so we thought we would stay at Auntie Gihua's place for the night." "You know the owner of this house?" "Yeah. Auntie Guihua was a nanny for a friend. My friend and I are family friends. My friend wanted to visit Auntie Guihua while the rest of us wanted to eat dishes from the rural parts, so we decided we'll come here for the night." Chloe only believed half of what Elsie said, although she did see that SUV by the house. However, this was such a coincidence that Elsie appeared here. Was she connected to the person that wanted to buy her in a hefty sum? "What's the matter, Chloe?" "Oh, nothing much. Elsie, can I borrow your phone?" "Yeah." Without hesitation, Elsie gave her phone to Chloe. Chloe used Elsie's phone to call Jack. Chloe went to an isolated corner. The phone rang 3 times and Jack picked up. With his deep, melodious voice, he said, "Hello?" "Honey, it's me." "Chloe, where are you? Did you get hurt? How are you?" Jack was worried sick. "I'm fine. You don't need to worry about me. Listen to me carefully. I'm at a village near Kaoshan Town. I think it's called Sunset Village. I'm only 30 minutes away from Kaoshan Town. Wait for me there." "No, you can't enter the village no matter what." "Why?" "I don't have time to explain. Honey, you should stop driving right now and send your location to this phone. I'll come to find you." "No, don't worry, and I'll come to pick you up." Jack had made up his mind that he would pick Chloe up. "Honey, I'm fine. I'm with Elsie." "Elsie Rue?" Jack said with surprise. "I'll explain to you later. Hurry up and send me your location, and I'll come to find you. We must leave here as soon as possible." "Okay." Jack had faith in Chloe and her plan, so he did as she said. He parked at a nearby place and sent her his location. After she received her husband's location, Chloe whispered to Elsie, "Can I borrow your car? I'm going to find my husband. When we get home, I'll have someone drive the car back. Of course, you guys can come with me too." "Why? It's already late. What's the rush?" Elsie did not understand. Chloe looked closely at Elsie's eyes and didn't find any signs that she knew what was happening to her. "Someone wants to capture me, so I must leave here now." Chloe tried to keep her voice low. "What? Capture you?" Elsie was even more surprised. "I don't have time. We must leave now," Chloe said as she pointed to her car. Chloe had called Jack using Elsie's phone. If Elsie was plotting against her, Jack would never forgive Elsie. That was why Chloe decided to take the risk. She would take Elsie's car and leave this place. "Okay, let's go now. I'll call my friends." Then Elsie entered the house and called the 2 girls she came with to leave. "I'll drive. I drive fast," Chloe requested. "No, you're pregnant. Be careful and don't get hurt. I drive pretty fast too. If you believe me, then sit in the front while I drive." "Oh, right. Do you have money on you?" "Yeah." "Can you lend me some?" "You can take it yourself," Elsie said as she passed over her Chanel bag. Chloe opened the purse up and took $5,000 in cash out and walked over to the old grandma. "Grandma, since I found a friend, I'll have to go now. Thank you for helping me." "You're welcome, as long as you can get home safe." "Grandma, take this money. Your life isn't easy. You should buy something you want to eat." "Oh my, I can't accept that. That's too much money. I don't need that much. You can just give me $100 and it'll take me a while until I use it up." The old grandma was afraid to take so much money and was only willing to accept $100. "Take it, Grandma. I'll have someone send you medicine later. You have to promise not to mention me or those bad guys will hurt you." "Okay," the old grandma nodded. Finally, the old grandma accepted $3,000 after Chloe pushed it to her. Chloe, together with Elsie and her 2 female friends, got in the white Toyota SUV. After driving for a while, They saw the police stopping cars by the highway entrance. "There's police in the front right?" Elsie looked at Chloe and asked. "Yeah, I see them." "What should we do? We need to get off the car and cooperate with them." "No, we can't." From what Chloe heard from the old grandma, she knew that the local police here were corrupted and could not be trusted. They had close ties with the human traffickers. Maybe the police were after her too. If she got off the car now, she would be giving herself up. "What should we do then?" "Speed through it," Chloe said. "What?" Elsie sounded surprised. "Why don't you stop at the side and I'll drive?" Chloe had raced with Bella's younger sister before. Chloe was smart, was great at controlling things, and was quick to react. She was confident that she could speed through. It was simply passing the police. The police too were human, so they wouldn't want to die either. If she ran through, she would still have hopes of escaping. But if she got off the car, she would be captured for sure. Having only 4 women in the car would mean they were basically powerless. Whenever times like this happened, Chloe would wish Fiona was with her. Fiona could fight them all off alone. "No, I can't let a pregnant woman risk her life like that. Let me try. Sit tight, guys," Elsie said. Then she gritted her teeth and stomped on the gas pedal. The car speeded towards the police. "Stop at the side and cooperate with the police," the police shouted with a speaker. Elsie had listened to Chloe, so now she did not listen to anyone else. She built up the courage and barged over the fences the police set up. Their SUV was a lot more powerful than normal passenger vehicles. The police didn't expect anyone to be so crazy. Before they were able to react, the car drove away. "Why are you people still standing there? Go after them." "Go after them? It's not safe, though. It's dark and the mountain roads are winding." The police officer that was ordered to go after them was not willing. "Go after them. Fourth Master said that if the person he wants gets away, we'll all be doomed," the head police officer reprimanded. His 5 subordinate police officers drove in 2 police cars and chased them down. "They're going to catch up soon. What should we do, Chloe?" Elsie's hands on the steering wheel were shaking. She was completely lost. Chloe calmly looked at the rear mirror and could see the police cars getting closer. Thanks for tuning in to the Cool Audio Podcast. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a fellow story lover. Until next time, stay cool and keep listening.